I recently uploaded a song on Distrokid and I set the release date for the 30th of this month. In this video, I'm going to walk you through that process.
256 in the building.
1. The song. You need to have it in any of these 6 formats. 2. The artwork. 3. Link to your artist's Instagram account. 4. Link to your artist's Facebook account. 5. A timestamp for your song preview, which is the point in the song at which you would want someone interested to start listening to your song. Now, to start the upload process, I logged into my Distrokid account. It usually opens to my music page. I went to the upload tab in the navigation menu and clicked upload music. I was redirected to the upload page. The first thing I saw is the streaming services where my music is going to be distributed. I also saw 2 unchecked boxes, Snapchat and Roblox, and for each of them, they required that I owned 100% of my song's publishing. I selected Snapchat and left out Roblox. The reason I didn't choose Roblox was because it's just not monetized, but I've been having second thoughts, to be honest, so I might go and change that. The next section was the number of songs, which I kept at 1 since I'm dropping only a single. If you have a project, you'll be able to select up to 35 songs. I confirmed whether the single had been released previously, and my answer was no. The next section was pretty much a promo for their ultimate plan. I recently upgraded from the Musician to the Musician Plus plan, so I guess this was their effort to upsell me. I clicked no thanks. I then selected the artist name I'm releasing the song under. I have this option because my upgraded account allows me to distribute for 2 artists. Now, it's been a while since the first time I uploaded a song to Distrokid, so I don't recall what this part looks like for you. But Distrokid creates Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube Music accounts for you as an artist. The next parts I filled in are the Instagram and Facebook account links. Note that the next 5 parts after this won't be available to you if you are using the Musician plan, which is the basic plan. Next, I chose a custom release date for my song. This is one of the main reasons I upgraded my Distrokid plan. However, if you're watching this and thinking, maybe I should get myself the Musician Plus plan, make sure you watch the video showing how I upgraded my account. I talk about the reason I think you might not want to do that. The next steps I completed are 1. Setting a release time, which only happens on Spotify. Every other platform releases at midnight-ish in each country. 2. Time synchronization, which only happens on Spotify as well. Here, I selected that the release time be synced with the listener's time zone instead of New York specifically, where Distrokid is headquartered. 3. Pre-order, where I allowed people to buy the song before its release and not only after. I also set a date for when they can start buying the song. 4. Record label. Before I upgraded my account, Distrokid basically acted as my record label, but now I can change it and add whatever label I associate myself with. I went on to select the language of the song as English, the primary genre as hip hop or rap, and had the option to add a secondary genre, but I left that out since it's optional. In the next section, I needed to add the album cover. Feel free to pause and read some of the guidelines for your artwork. I then needed to add the song title. Here, I'm not supposed to add any other information, even a feature, because that's what the next section is for. Not having any features on this track, I chose not to show any other artists in the song title. In the next section, I selected the song version I was distributing, which was the normal version. I was then given a preview of the song title, after which I was required to add the audio file. My file is an MP3, but for the best possible sound quality, WAV or FLAC files are recommended. The next step was to choose whether I have a version of the song mixed with spatial audio. I selected no. I also confirmed that the song was an original song. After that, I was required to add the real names of the songwriter. I composed both the music and the lyrics, so I left that option selected and added my name. The next things answered were whether my song had explicit lyrics, which it did, whether it was a radio edit, which it was not, whether it was an instrumental, which it wasn't, it actually has lyrics, at what point in the song did I want the preview to start playing on TikTok, Apple Music or iTunes, and how much I would like my song to sell for on iTunes and Amazon. Apple Music requires that each song credits one producer and one performer, so I filled in that information. There is the option to skip this step, but you would need to deselect Apple Music and iTunes from the DSPs shown at the top of this page until you are ready to share the required details. When adding credits, there are several options for both performer and producer that no matter who you worked with on your song, you can probably find a way to credit them here. The next section was the extras, which are 6 features that do not come with any Distrokid plan you have. I actually made a short video about them and linked it in the description, so feel free to catch that after this video. I did not use any of the extras, so I moved to the next page where I needed to acknowledge certain information and then agreed to terms of the Distrokid distribution agreement. Thereafter, I previewed my release details while my artwork and audio were being uploaded. After this, I was redirected to a page where I was prompted to use Mixer, Distrokid's AI mastering tool, to master my song. To use this tool for my song, it would cost $10.49, but if I want to use it for an unlimited number of songs all through the year, I would need to pay an annual subscription of $99. Fortunately, my song is well mixed and mastered, so I select Use My Originals and click Continue. At this point, my work is done.